नमस्कार, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है गाइस आपके अपने चैनल KFCS पर। गाइस आज का मैच बहुत ही अच्छा मैच आपको देखने को मिला। श्रीलंका की टीम शुरुआत जिस तरह से किया उन्होंने एंड नहीं कर पाए अनफॉर्च्यूनेटली बहुत ही अ, मिस करेंगे इस मैच को और श्रीलंका टीम अपने आप से ये ज़रूर पूछेगी कि क्या इस मैच को जीता जा सकता था? क्या इस मैच को हमने गँवा दिया? श्रीलंका की टीम के लिए ये मैच कुछ इस तरह से हुआ कि आपने खाना बनाया ज़रूर, थाली में परोसा ज़रूर लेकिन उसे खा नहीं पाए। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि स्टार्ट बहुत शानदार किया था अगर श्रीलंकन टीम की बात करूँ जो उनका कंसर्न था कंसर्न बनते हुए चले आ रहे थे कुशल परेरा, उनकी फ़ॉर्म सबसे बड़ी चीज़ थी, श्रीलंकन टीम को ओपनिंग नहीं मिल रही थी और आज इतने बड़े मैच में ऑस्ट्रेलिया टीम हालाँकि 2 मैच हार चुकी थी, 2 मैच श्रीलंका भी हार चुकी थी, जो भी टीम जीतती उनको फ़ायदा होने वाला था। लेकिन जिस तरह का क्रिकेट खेला ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम ने एट द एंड एक कहते हैं बड़ी टीम जब दबाव को मेंटेन करने का समय आता है कि अब इस दबाव को हमें बरकरार रखना है और इस मैच को जीतना है, तो वो एक बड़ी टीम ही कर सकती है और ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने बताया कि वो कितनी बड़ी टीम है। ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम ने आज बहुत ही बेहतरीन क्रिकेट खेली। कह सकते हैं कि आज एडम ज़ैम्पा जिस तरह से उन्होंने 4 विकेट चटकाए, आज लगा कि ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम जो है खेल गई है। हालाँकि कोलैप्स ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम के भी हुए हैं बट स्टार्ट करते सबसे पहले श्रीलंकन टीम से। श्रीलंकन टीम की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो सबसे शानदार साझेदारी इस वर्ल्ड कप की बेहतरीन साझेदारी अभी तक के 3 मैचों में जो ओपनर्स ने दिए वो प्रथम निशंका, कुशल परेरा। बहुत ही शानदार बल्लेबाज़ी कर रहे थे और दोनों जब बल्लेबाज़ी कर रहे थे तो उस समय ऐसा लग रहा था कि श्रीलंका की टीम जो है 280 से 300 तक का स्कोर जो है इस बीच में स्कोर लगा सकती है। अच्छे पेस पे रन्स आ रहे थे लेकिन जब विकेट गिरने शुरू होते हैं तो श्रीलंकन टीम अपने आप को नहीं सँभाल पाती है। श्रीलंकन टीम की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो कुशल परेरा जिन्होंने बहुत ही बेहतरीन पारी खेली 78 रन की, निशंका 61 रन्स बनाते हैं। कमिंस का शिकार होते हैं दोनों ओपनर और उसके बाद जब ज़ैम्पा की बारी आती है, तो ज़ैम्पा की बॉल को शॉट मारने जाते हैं, वहाँ पे बहुत ही बेहतरीन कैच लेते हैं डेविड वार्नर और वो कैच लेने के बाद मानो जैसे मोमेंटम ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम के पक्ष में ही आ गया हो। उस कैच को लेने के बाद क्या हुआ ऐसा ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम को कि एक के बाद एक विकेट चटकाना शुरू कर दिया और हाल ये हो गया श्रीलंकन टीम का कि 125 पे नो लॉस से वो सीधे टीम 209 पे ऑल आउट हो गई। तो ये जो कोलैप्स हमने देखा श्रीलंकन टीम का अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया एक्सपेक्टेड तो था कि ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम ज़रूर कमबैक करेगी। ऐसा होता नहीं है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया टीम ऐसा स्टार्ट करे। अगर मैं बात करूँ तो अ, ये पहली बार हुआ है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ वर्ल्ड कप के एडिशन में जिसमें इन्होंने इतना बुरा स्टार्ट किया है। बैक टू बैक 2 मैचेस हारना ये कभी नहीं हुआ उनके साथ वर्ल्ड कप में। तो जब आपके साथ पहली बार चीज़ें ऐसी हो रही होती हैं तो यकीन नहीं होता है और फाइनली ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम ने बहुत ही अच्छा परफ़ॉर्म किया अपने पिछले मैचेस से। हालाँकि जिस तरीके की टीम वो जानी जाती है अभी तक अपने पोटेंशियल में आई नहीं है लेकिन बहुत जल्द ये टीम जो है कमबैक करेगी, उम्मीदें पूरी है। वहीं श्रीलंकन टीम की अगर हम बात करें तो यार बहुत उम्मीदें थी। तुम्हारे साथ हैं अभिनव क्या तो अभिनव यहाँ पे दूसरी चीज़ें लेकर आए हैं, ये कह रहे रिज़वान को जय श्री राम से प्रॉब्लम है। आई थिंक अभिनव देखो यार मैं इस पे ना कमेंट करना नहीं चाहूँगा क्योंकि यूट्यूब पे जो मतलब कंटेंट होता है हमारा अपना कंटेंट होता है, स्पोर्ट्स रिलेटेड कंटेंट होता है, इसको मैं थोड़ा रिलीजन से मिक्स नहीं करूँगा क्योंकि अगर पता चले मैंने कुछ और बोल दिया वो मेरे लिए खतरा हो जाएगा। सो ये इसको अलग से रखते हैं। ओके वेयर इज़ भावेश? तो भावेश तो आज नहीं है लेकिन राहुल ज़रूर है तुम्हारे लिए आज। राहुल को बुला दिया है मैंने। ओके। Yeah, welcome Rahul. So Abhinav, today no Bhavesh, now Rahul is available. So one day Bhavesh, one day Rahul. So one is always there for World Cup. Okay, So let's start the discussion. Rahul, I think this was one of the match that Sri Lanka should win it. One of the great start, 125 for no loss to 209 for 10. How you describe this match? A collapse for Sri Lankan team.
Mm,
It was
yeah,
like 50 all out.
they absolutely fell apart in my opinion. I won't say match that they should have won because you never know with the way Australia batted whether they would have chased a big target or not. So we can't say based on doing well in one half of the innings that a team will definitely go on to win the match. But they had a very good start. They had a chance to make a big total. That much I will say. Make a big total and put Australia under pressure because this Lucknow pitch, it's a traditional ODI type wicket. So even 300 is a good score. It's like a 2000s ODI wicket, Lucknow. 300 is a challenging score to chase on this pitch. Australia massively failed in the previous match against South Africa on the same pitch to chase a 300 plus total. So all Sri Lanka had to do is that okay, collapses they happen in matches. They are part and parcel of cricket matches. Collapses happen sometimes, but after losing maybe 4 or 5 wickets quickly, and that too Sri Lanka they lost 4 wickets just before a rain delay. At least then they should have tried to maybe regroup, rethink their strategy. Even 280 or 290 can be competitive on this Lucknow pitch. Maybe they should have waited a little bit, tried not to lose wickets, gone through a period without losing wickets, and then um, with some wickets in hand in the death overs, you can take on the game. But that never happened. They just kept on throwing away wickets. They kept losing wickets. Uh, of course, Australia also bowled well. That contributed to their downfall, but they also threw away some wickets. Uh, and they didn't by the 40th over or something. They were all out. So there was no chance of accelerating or getting a competitive score. I understand this is a bowling wicket, but even on this wicket, you can't get away with scoring just 200 odd runs. You still need at least 250 on this pitch.
Yes, of course. Okay, so Rahul, if they pick Josh English early, can we think another interesting game? Because bowling of Sri Lanka was quite good. Dilshan Madhushanka, 3 wickets. What a spell, two maidens and 2 wickets. And they are getting back to back 2 wickets of Warner and Smith in single over.
Sri Lanka had a very good chance over there, but their bowling is out of form, except for Madhushanka. Sri Lanka's bowling is looking very bad, in my opinion. It's in very bad shape. 200 was never going to be defendable. When I mean Sri Lanka's best position while they were bowling was having Australia at 20 runs for 2 wickets. That time, even then, they had an only an outside chance of winning the match, and definitely not. They weren't in the driver's seat. You can't say that. So that was their best position while bowling. And again, because Madhushanka took 2 early wickets, when the Sri Lankan team could not even defend 345 versus Pakistan after 2 early wickets, it's going to be very hard to defend 200 odd, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Rahul, how you see the captaincy of Pat Cummins? Actually, when I see the 3 matches of Australia, I am not satisfied with his captaincy. Again, Rahul, when we talk about the bowlers, I know the condition for Australia is not great in the Indian. In India, yeah, their condition is really different, so much hot. Okay, but Rahul, don't you think that Australians are have no planning? Stark, Hazelwood, and Pat Cummins, they are playing regularly in Indian pitches, but there is no change. They are doing only 3 over spell. After that, Maxwell is coming, and very late Zampa is introduced. Don't you think there is a lack of planning in Pat Cummins' captaincy? He don't know actually where to
May not
rotate
be
the
a
balls.
lack of planning. I won't say a lack of planning, but maybe wrong planning is a better way to term this. They're trying to play the way they would play in Australia or in any Sena countries, by starting off with pace, hoping the Pacers will get you early wickets with the new ball and make it tough for the batsmen in the middle overs. But that's not how you play subcontinent cricket. To be honest, you have to. Have more spinners. You can't attack with too much with pace in the beginning. I feel Australia is kind of delaying bringing on spin a little bit, hoping to do well. The selection itself deserves criticism, in my opinion, because um, actually, if you look at Test cricket, the way Pat Cummins is captaining, he's doing well and he's managing the bowlers well. When Australia played in the subcontinent, they played a lot of Test cricket in the subcontinent. These same players, almost the same set of players, they played a lot of Test cricket in the subcontinent last year and this earlier this year as well. They played in Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and then India. And if you notice those matches, Stark, Hazelwood, and Cummins, at least one of these two bowlers were making way for a spinner in that match. But in this case, that's not happening. I understand it's ODI, it's a different format, but they don't trust their spinners except for Adam Zampa. That is a little bit of a problem, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Abhinav is asking to comment on Rizwan. Actually, Rahul, I don't see any post from Rizwan. Actually, I don't follow that. Have you followed? Is there anything Rizwan has written in his post apart from Gaza? The war between Israel and Gaza. There, he before India versus Pakistan match, he showed some support. You see
He
any other
actually
post?
did that after the match against Sri Lanka, where he won the man of the match. He dedicated his man of the match award to the people of Gaza. Correct.
Yeah,
Um, but okay, whatever political views you have, I'm not going to go into all of that. But it is against ICC policy to voice your political views. I mean, not voice your political views, but make political statements, and also mm, show make displays of your religion on the field. Mohammed Rizwan also, he was showing namaz, offering namaz in the middle of the match. I think like either to celebrate his half century or something like this.
yeah,
So ICC states that you cannot do such things. So it's against the rules of the game. Simple as that. Let's not. I'm not going to go too much into the politics or into religion here, but what it is against the ICC policy. Moin Ali, a few years ago, many years ago, he also got in trouble for wearing a wristband saying "Save Gaza." So they take the ICC takes these things a little bit seriously. So they will not. So what Mohammad Rizwan did is against the rules, in my opinion. It's as simple as that.
yeah, yeah. Of course. Okay. Okay. So after let's move on to the next game. That is really interesting game, and the game name is sure South Africa versus Netherlands. So Rahul, when we talk about this team, these two teams, I remember one match in T20 World Cup where Pakistan qualifies because Netherlands beat South Africa. So Rahul, can you think that these things are in the mind of South Africa and especially Quinton de Kock, David Miller, who were part of South Africa's squad, Kagiso Rabada, and when they will see Rolf Wondermerv Ackerman, who were the best player at that time, that managed to beat this South Africa team. So Rahul, do you think this will also impact them and South Africa will become very aggressive tomorrow against Netherlands?
I don't think South Africa will particularly be thinking that, but they will just have their guard up, make sure they stay focused in the field and play well. But another thing, that win of Netherlands wasn't a T20 match. It's a totally different story. This is an ODI match, completely different. It's going to be much harder for Netherlands to create that kind of an upset over South Africa. Uh, so I don't see it happening. Long and short of it, I don't see Netherlands defeating South Africa. Maybe they might compete. That's another thing. But for Netherlands to win, I think that's going to be very tough. we have to consider that South African defeat over Netherlands as a one-off scenario. In my opinion, India also, they lost to Bangladesh in the 2007 ODI World Cup, but since then, have we lost to Bangladesh in the World Cup? No. uh, we have defeated them in the last three World Cups, and hopefully we'll defeat them the coming Thursday. But anyway, coming to that, South Africa's result against Netherlands was really a one-off, uh, in my opinion. And even though South Africa has the choker tags, one thing we have to remember is most of the time they end up reaching the semi-final. They are very good at group stage play. They're very good at clearing group stage play. There they don't do any choking or anything like that. It's mainly in the knockout stages where they tend to falter.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Okay, so Rahul, tomorrow match is in Dharamshala. So we see how England thrash Bangladesh team in Dharamshala, scoring a good score of 300 plus runs, around 328 or 329. That was the score. So can we see the similar type of score, or you can say that South Africa already made 400 in this tournament, that they can make 350 plus or 400 again if they bat first.
They
South
can
Africa.
definitely make it. And another thing is, this is a morning match. This is not a morning match. This is a day and night match.
Yeah.
So South Africa would love to bat first, because then when they play at night under the lights and in Dharamshala in very cool weather, the ball will swing a lot. There'll be good assistance for the pace bowlers in those conditions. So South Africa will definitely enjoy it. There might be some challenges. South Africa bats second, and Netherlands ends up posting a decent score. But overall, I see South Africa winning this. This is in pretty favorable conditions for South Africa.
Okay, so if we talk about Netherlands playing 11, Logan Van Beek was not there. They are playing with Klein, another player of Klein. So, do you think Klein is the best option, or Logan Van Beek should come? It gives you batting also.
I would definitely try to bring in Logan Van Beek into the playing 11. He's a very good player in my opinion. So, and he played a huge role in Netherlands qualifying for this event. So you can't discount him very easily. Ryan Klein has played only one match in the tournament so far, but he didn't do very well in my opinion. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting dropped from this match. I would definitely bring in Logan Van Beek into the playing 11. Van Beek did pretty well in the first match when he played. He got a wicket with the ball, 1 for 30 in 6 overs. Decent effort against Pakistan, and also 28 not out of 28 in the end. You can't fault him there either. So he's definitely very capable.
Yeah, of course. Okay, one comment from Abhinav is saying that Keshav Maharaj, the only Hindu player, those who says Jai Sri Ram and Indian players doesn't think about Hindu. He's just playing for a money. So what you are saying about this statement means our Indian players have nothing about. They are not thinking about Hindu or anything. They are just playing for money. Means they are serious about money. You agree with this statement?
Mm, okay, I didn't understand the statement. He said something about Hindu and Jai Shri Ram.
He
Okay,
said that Keshav Maharaj means Indian origin player who
yeah.
said Jai Sri Ram means yes. Actually, problem is what Rahul, when someone is saying anything to his religion, then all was saying yes, he is a good man. He follows his religion. But when someone says nothing and he is just doing his work, he's thinking that he's not a good person. He's not thinking about religion. So I think our society thinking is relatively changing.
To be frank, we should leave religion out of sports. Many Pakistan players also say Inshallah.
Yeah,
So
of
he
course.
said Jai Shri Ram. Big deal. Let him say whatever. He's not saying anything hateful towards somebody else's religion or anything. So let it be. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's a cricketer. He's not a Hindu priest.
Yeah,
He's playing cricket for South Africa. That's all that matters, in my opinion.
yeah, of course. Okay, so let's forward to a discussion. South Africa versus Netherlands. Now, if we talk about the pitch report of Dharamshala, of course, there's a mountain, there's very nice ground, looks like a very great ground. Scene wise, it is great, but outfield is same. There's no change in outfield, very dangerous outfield. You can't slide down in that outfield. But what is the change is there that spin is very less. So in tomorrow game, if spinners are very less, so Rahul, we can see Quetza again, and Shamsi will rest because in this condition, I think South Africa is okay with Keshav Maharaj.
Mm, I'm not sure that's the right move. If I were to keep any one spinner, it would be
Shamsi,
Tabrez Shamsi, because he's a leg spinner. He might be more effective on a non-turning. Leg spinners are generally more effective on a non-turning wicket than off spinners. Keshav Maharaj is an off spinner, in my opinion. Although he can bat, one thing he's not that great of a batsman that you can keep him in the playing 11 for his batting abilities. So if I had to choose one spinner, I'd rather have Tabrez Shamsi in the playing 11, in my opinion, and you can replace Keshav Maharaj with Gerald Ketsi.
yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So uh, let's move forward to a discussion of another teams. Rahul, before tournament, and everyone's are thinking that Australia, England, India is a very cool team. Top three confirm means there's a spot for spot number four, right? But now what we are saying that only India position is confirmed for two, three, four. There will be a tight contest. There will be a tight contest. Who knows that South Africa will slow down suddenly if the big matches will come.
South Africa definitely has a lot of challenging matches ahead of them. And now Australia is on the board. They've gotten their 2 points today against Sri Lanka. So they're also in the hunt. We
Yeah.
can't rule out Bangladesh and Afghanistan either. They're dangerous teams. They can produce some upset somewhere. Afghanistan, they're playing mm, two matches in Chennai, if I'm not wrong. And
Yes.
against New Zealand and Pakistan. Not won't be They won't be easy for those teams. Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman. They might even bring in. I would definitely bring in Noor Ahmed for this match. Uh, for these matches, we have to. I think Afghanistan should tackle them with spin. Really, if they can spin a web around New Zealand, Pakistan, they might give some teams a scare for reaching the semi-final. They may not reach the semi-final ultimately, but they can give teams a scare. They can like come really close. Then they have matches to follow against Sri Lanka and Netherlands. Sri Lanka in Pune and Netherlands in Lucknow. Those won't be. Those will are definitely winnable matches for Afghanistan. I'm even saying they can defeat Sri Lanka. They almost knocked Sri Lanka out of the Asia Cup in round one, if you remember. So, and that was when Sri Lanka was informed. Right now, Sri Lanka is really on a low. So, Afghanistan has a very good chance of defeating Sri Lanka. There's no doubt about that. Probably they will not win against Australia and South Africa their last two matches, but they would have come close. Let's say if they can win two or three of these next four matches, they would have come close, and that's an achievement for Afghanistan, in my opinion. If they win that many matches,
Yeah, of course. So, if we talk about the campaign of all the teams, Rahul, can we expect that suddenly Australia and England will jump into this top four contest? Suddenly.
I won't say suddenly jump into. I wouldn't use those words because they're actually very much in the contest right now. If you look at the table closely, only India and New Zealand are really flying high. They've won all three of their matches. South Africa, they will probably have all three by tomorrow against Netherlands. But then you have Pakistan, who's at two wins and one loss. England, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Australia are all on one win and two losses. So they're not too far behind Pakistan, in my opinion. And Australia, they're playing Pakistan in Bangalore. If they defeat Pakistan in that match, mm, it'll be equal, same record, them and Pakistan. So that'll be 2-2. Then Bangladesh and Afghanistan, you never know. They can create upsets against India and New Zealand. We have to be a little bit wary of that, in my opinion. I'm a little bit reserved about us defeating Bangladesh more than defeating Pakistan, in my opinion, because of the recent past. They won an ODI series against India last year against a full strength Indian team, that too. And then
Win
this
in
year they
Asia Cup.
defeated us in Asia Cup. Although it's a dead rubber, I understand, but still, nevertheless, it's a win. It's confidence for them. So we can't take Bangladesh lightly, in my opinion. So I think the semi-final race is still a little bit wide open. If South Africa loses tomorrow, they lose to Netherlands tomorrow, then even Netherlands is in the race. Then you have South Africa and Pakistan with the same record, and then you have like five teams close up on them. So it becomes very close. The race, semi-final race, will become very interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay. So my question from you, Rahul, can we see upset tomorrow? Can we see upset tomorrow? How much chances?
I think it's going to be very less, in my opinion. Maybe 5% chance of Netherlands winning, and
Well,
even
same
even uh,
scenario with England,
even
Afghanistan
five
also.
percent chance is being very generous, in my opinion.
Okay, let's see. But the way Afghanistan is performing, I think Netherlands can perform also because they have good spinners. Again, good spinners,
Yes,
good fast bowlers, good all rounders also. Colin Ackerman, best leader, Logan Van Beek. Who knows? The best leader will perform better tomorrow. Again, all rounder performance.
they could do it. I'm not going to completely write Netherlands off, but I think chances are still like less than 5%, not more than that.
Yeah, it can be. Less than 5% is there. So let's see how the match will goes on. But yes, there's so much entertainment in this World Cup. We have seen the close matches. But yeah, few matches are one-sided. Today I was thinking that might be Australia will be choked today because at one case where Sri Lankan were taking wickets in regular intervals before good innings from Josh English. I thought that if Josh English uh, bundled down early wicket of Josh Inglis then definitely create some pressure like South Africa. What South Africa have done in this same ground in Lucknow because Maxwell Stoinis not be able to make a achieve the target that was 280.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought same way, but it's okay. It was Josh Inglis. That's why it was the Josh Inglis support that makes a Maxwell. He was playing like at 2020. There was the Josh Inglis there. Otherwise, Maxwell can't make it alone. It is quite confirmed. Let's see, Rahul. But
Absolutely.
I am thinking, who knows? In upcoming later stage, business end of the tournament, South Africa can choke. Who knows? They
If
have history
not, if
of
they don't
choking.
choke in the group stage, they will probably choke in the semis or finals. So it won't be surprising. Who knows? They might surprise us and win the trophy. Who knows? But I don't see that happening.
If they win the trophy, then you will see the post of AB de Villiers. Then he will say that yes, finally we have achieved it. Yeah, okay, so thank you very much, Rahul. So we will
Yeah.
come tomorrow and we'll talk about the fixtures And we'll talk about Indian team also, India versus Bangladesh. For me, it is a big game, but for others, it is India versus Pakistan. Still, some fans are hoping that yes, we can meet Pakistan again. I
Yeah,
don't
beat
think.
them and defeat them. Not
Yeah,
that's the important thing here.
but I want to see Pakistan versus Australia, Pakistan versus South Africa, and Pakistan versus England. If Pakistan win all three matches, 100% sure Pakistan is going to qualify for semi-final if they beat.
Yes.
And there is chance also in Bangalore, flat track. In flat track, if you put Fakar Zaman, Rizwan and Babar Azam play in aggressive manner and make a good score, you can thrash this Australian team. This Australian team has so many problem in middle order. Again, if Smith, see today Smith Golden Duck, Labuschagne goes out early. There was only English and Marsh who made a
Going
target
to
for
be
Australia.
interesting to see how Pakistan's bowlers fare against Aussie batting, because Bangalore, it'll be batting friendly conditions, so and a small boundary. So I feel Australia has the edge there. I feel their batting is a little more aggressive than what Pakistan has. Maybe a little bit similar, aggressive middle order, conservative top order, but Smith Warner can switch gears. He can, if it's a Chinnaswamy Stadium, he can play aggressively. I'm not sure if Fakar Zaman and Imamul Haq or Abdullah Shafiq can switch gears to that extent. That's a question mark in my opinion. And whether Pakistan bowlers, another thing, will they make use of the Chinnaswamy Stadium surface? That also remains to be seen. That's a question mark.
Yeah, let's see. And but one thing that goes to Australia favor is Josh Hazelwood, who has played maximum number of times in Bangalore. Yeah, he knows the
Yes,
condition.
it is a big benefit. Also, Glenn Maxwell.
Yeah,
For Maxwell also, Chinnaswamy Stadium is now his home ground.
yes.
So he will also be very dangerous in this match.
Yeah, let's see. So thank you very much, Rahul. We
Yes,
will
thank
meet
you.
tomorrow and we'll talk about the interesting match. I hope Netherlands should win it and make it more interesting. Give
Absolutely.
first defeat to this South African team. Then top four fight will be very interesting. Yeah. So,
Yes,
anyways, let's
absolutely.
see. So, guys, just enjoy World Cup with KFCS and subscribe KFCS, and then see you tomorrow. So, thank you, Rahul. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone, for your time. Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you very much for your comments. Yeah. Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye
Okay, good
and good
night.
night.